Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel, Horsepower Warehouse. I am super excited to introduce you guys to this project. This is something that I've been actually keeping off of the channel for quite some time because I didn't know quite how to introduce it to you guys. See, this is a competition vehicle that I'm building. This is actually my own car. So if you guys follow my channel already, you probably know that I do a lot of classic car builds, custom, OEM, otherwise. We do a lot of restoration work. I don't do very much race car stuff, and that is really where my interest is right now. Let me show you guys what we're getting into and explain to you exactly what I'm building and why I'm building it. So, tucked into the back corner of the shop here, hidden just behind this Mosport big block. Some of you guys, if you've visited my facility, may have noticed something going awry back here with this Fox body Mustang. This is a 1987 Mustang GT. It's a real GT. It was a real V8 car. This thing was actually really nice. I had it, I drove it for a few years. It sat in the back corner of our warehouse for probably 5 years or so before I committed to this idea that you see here. So now what you're looking at is a full tube chassis, S&W Raceworks drag car chassis. Now there's different SFI ratings, and basically what that is the construction of the cage mandates how fast you can go and how much you can weigh. Now I still have a tremendous amount to learn about drag racing. That's one of the reasons why I'm diving into this project. Is I actually live on SR 64 in Mayaca City. So if you guys aren't familiar with the area, which I'm sure most of you aren't, my trajectory to work puts me past Cletus at the Freedom Factory and then Bradenton Motorsports Park, and then I drive past JH Diesel every day on my way to work. I'm passing these guys and looking at the stuff that they're doing. Additionally, every Thursday night at Bradenton Motorsports Park, they have something called Test and Tune. You can basically take your car right off the street and run it. And I'm watching guys unload their cars off of these trailers. It doesn't matter what you built, they welcome you, you know, with open arms, so to speak. You're allowed to run your stuff. I see these guys unloading their stuff off their trailer. Their buddies are all crowded around. Of course, I see, you know, Garrett and Cooper and James and all the other big YouTube stars doing their stuff over there. But I also see the little guys, you know, unloading their stuff with their friends. I am so excited to build this car because that's my purpose. The whole purpose of this car, and it's not going to be a 275 car or a 10.5. It's not going to be a small tire car. It's going to be a big tire car. I'm not actually building a competition car to compete. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but the list of requirements that I have for this vehicle has nothing to do with competition. I want this thing to be truly scary, I guess is the best word to say, because I'm familiar and comfortable with 800 horsepower cars. I've had a lot of street cars in 800 to 1,000 horsepower range, but nothing with 2,000 horsepower that could hook up. So basically this is, I'm sure you guys that are familiar with drag racing know when you go to construct a tube chassis car, you have two options. You have chrome moly and you have mild steel. Chrome moly is double the price when you go to buy it, but it has some limitations, I guess you could say, beyond just the initial buy-in price. Number one with chrome moly is it has to be TIG welded. You cannot MIG weld it. Personally, I'm pretty good with the TIG welder. I am a heck of a lot better with the MIG welder. I'm by no means gonna say I'm the best welder in the world with a MIG, but I am very capable of building a complete race car with my MIG, whereas TIG, I think I would struggle a little bit. I still have a little bit to learn. It's not to say I'm not going to be making my own stainless and aluminum things in this car with the TIG, but that being said, I didn't want to get into the complete chassis in chrome moly. Also, when you do the notching, you know, it's a lot more critical in terms of when you actually construct the chassis. Your tolerances have to be a lot tighter. And it's just not a car that's well suited for someone their first time. Because this is a mild steel car, I will be limited to running 750s in the quarter mile. So 7.50 in the quarter is as fast as I can run in this car. Now, I don't know about you guys, but 750s is flying to me. I mean, that's quick. I am building this entire car. Every component here is going to be 2,000 horsepower rated. So I'm gonna have plenty of power to get to 750s. Everything component-wise right off the bat is gonna be fast enough, I think, to get me to my mark. My plan is run this car. Once I hit that 750 mark, you know, I'll start backing it off and maybe do some 8th mile stuff. But then I will start looking also at doing a chromoly chassis car, and I'll swap all my parts over. So what exactly beyond what you see here is going into this? Like I said, S&W Raceworks, you can see that I have the Weld Racing front runners with the Goodyear tires as well. Kirky racing seat. This is going to be an LSX 427 built by Texas Speed. I don't know if I'm going to do an actual LSX block or the Dart Next Gen 2 block. I'm really looking for something that can handle huge boost. My requirements on this car are not so centered about how fast it can go, but how overall awesome it is. I want twin turbos. I want to be able to hold it on the trans brake, and when I push that button and spool up my turbos, I want it to feel like the entire world is coming apart around me. You know what I mean? I want it to be impressive from 500 feet away. I want to be able to bump in with and bump up to the line and have the whole car, you know, jocking. I want to let off the trans brake button and have the car, you know, just absolutely fly down the track. I know it sounds maybe childish to you guys. What do you think? Comment below. Is this a flat out waste of $50,000 or more? Wait, probably quite a bit more than 50 grand is what I'm going to have wrapped up into this. Without a true focus on being competitive, am I crazy? I mean, to be honest with you, I don't care about winning over the next guy. If I can bring my family and my friends out there and we can have an awesome time and just run this thing, I mean, I don't care what it runs. I don't care if it's a 13-second car, as long as it shoots 4-foot flames out of both my turbos and I leave the line and catch some air, you know, with the front wheels. So that's kind of where I'm at, you know. I realize I'm going against the grain tremendously here. Most people that are into drag racing are trying to compete against the next guy. You want to be faster than the dude in the lane next to you. I don't care. I want to build something that scares the crap out of me, that's safe. I don't want to kill myself. I got a little boy. I got my wife is concerned that I'm going to build something that's dangerous, and that's absolutely not the case here. I'm going to build something that's fast and it's really, really wicked, but I'm going to do it in a safe way. So comment down below, what do you guys think about my vision with this car? 2,000 horsepower Fox body tube chassis car. This is my first true race car, so I didn't want to go not hardcore enough, if that makes sense. I've had aggressive street cars, like I said, 800 to 1,000 horsepower. I felt like I would easily be bored if I made this into a small tire car. You could put 3,000, you could put a Pro Mod motor in a small tire car with, you know, the factory strut towers, and probably fit into a lot more classes and be a lot more competitive. But that is absolutely not my vision for this car, is to run a small tire on it and try to win money in classes. That's not why I'm going there. I'm going there so me and my buddies can roll up on Thursday night to test and tune and have something really cool to play with when I roll it off the trailer. I don't know. Maybe I'm absolutely lost my mind on this, but this is my vision. That's really what I want. So that's what I'm going to do. So there's a couple of components here that you're not seeing that I have actually purchased. It's getting billet Strange front struts with the Strange billet brakes. I already have purchased those. I purchased a billet Strange rack and pinion. Pretty much everything on the car that can come from Strange Engineering is the axles, the third member, the rear shocks. I mean, I've spent quite the pretty penny with Strange Engineering, but on this car I want every single component to be American made, and if not the best in its class, reasonable. Now, this is not a full floater rear end. Ed, my in-house drag racing guy. This is who I'm learning all my stuff from. He's informed me that you can go to Jerry Bickle or somewhere like that, and I spend $25,000 on a floater rear end with, you know, carbon ceramic brakes, front and rear. You could spend $7,000 on a front strut package with carbon brakes. Absolutely unnecessary for something like this. If I was building a full chrome moly car and I wanted to run into the 6-second kind of category, then you start needing components like that. This strange engineering stuff that I'm purchasing and putting on this car is way more than up to the task. So 427 twin turbo, more than 30 pounds of boost. Behind it, transmission, Power Glide. It's going to be fully built by myself. That's going to be a whole different episode coming up. It's going to be a reed cased Power Glide with trans brake, and I'm going to be able to bump in. Custom drive shaft. I'm doing a lot of chrome moly stuff on this in terms of like the drive shaft loop and things like that. Anything that is a safety item is just going chrome moly. I'm going to try to overbuild and chrome moly gusset, and you know, I really want to put my own touches on this car and not make it an out of the box kind of deal. Goodyear, big old slicks on the back, big tires. The entire interior is going to be carbon fiber tubs, carbon floors. That's going to, like I said, another episode. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I might even title this video Fool Builds a Race Car, because I'm excited to bring you guys through the journey with me. I am still learning. I've never built a drag car, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same position as I am. You don't know about how they're actually fabricated. How does it go together? You know, you see the final product and it's wicked, it's awesome, but I haven't seen a whole lot of channels that are bringing you the entire journey with them. So, oh my gosh, I am so excited about that. What do you guys think below? Comment. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Either way, whether or not you like this car, I'm going to keep adding to this channel other content, all my restoration stuff, all the various projects you see going on behind me. I'm gonna keep continuously adding that to this channel as well. But guys, deep in my heart, that Fox body Mustang back there, that's where my interest is. I want to go fast. I want to go wicked fast. I want to shoot flames. I want to hang the front end. I've been watching too much Cletus. But let me know what you guys think down below. Either way, thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, take care.